How's it going, guys? So today I have a video for you that I filmed a very long time ago. Also, sorry for the break. I took about a week or so off, and it's just because school, I had a lot of tests going on, and also because dive conditions have been pretty rough all around the island recently. So I didn't really have anywhere to go diving, and thus I didn't have a video. But I remembered that I actually filmed a video a while back from the kaku that I shot a while back. The 10 pound 9.9 or something pounder, and I actually filmed making the kaku, like preparing it, cooking it, and also teaching you guys how to prepare the jaws so that you can mount it and have a memorabilia of your fish. And I just completely forgot about it, and I don't know why. So this is that video. I put together the clips, edited them together, and I'm finally uploading it. It's been like almost a month, I think, maybe more, but I just completely forgot about it. I don't know how. So without further ado, here is that video. I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope the tutorial is helpful. And yeah, I will see you at the end of the video. Alright guys, so as you can see, I got the head off, and it's not very clean, but I got the head off. So now all I have to do after this is basically I'm gonna cook the head so that the meat is easy to pull off, and then it also like makes it less gross, less slimy. So I'm gonna cook the head and pull off all the meat so that it's only the bones that are left. So I'm gonna go in the house, and after I cook up the kaku and prepare the lye, I'll show you guys that too. Get a little catch and cook in, and then I'll show you guys what to do to cook the head to get the jaws. Alright guys, it's been a day since I cooked up the kaku, and so today we're going to be mounting the jaws. And there are two ways that I know of how to mount fish jaws. One of them is by ants. Some people like to put the head out in their yard or a little bit underground and let ants come and eat off all the meat so that you're just left with the bones. However, I don't like to do that because one, I don't really have that much of a significant ant problem at my house, and also it can get really smelly and stinky in your yard with that fish head rotting in the grass. So what I like to do is, the second way is you cook the head. So basically what you do is you bake the fish head, and you can then, after it's cooked, take off all the meat, pull out the bones, and throw away all the meat, or eat it if you want, but that's kind of gross in my opinion, but up to you guys. And once you have the bones, you just glue the jaws back together. So that's the method that I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do, and I prefer it because it's a lot faster, it's a lot more simple. It does require a little bit more work, but it's worth it because less smell, and also you're done faster, and you'll have your jaws mounted within a day. So I will start showing you guys how to do that right now. Alright guys, so this is another work of jaws that I've done in the past using this technique. And it was for my Omilu Ulua, my 17 pounder, and it came out pretty nice. I used a bit too much glue, so this time I will learn from that and use a little bit less. But yeah, it's basically gonna look like this. You can see all of the teeth, and that's basically what you want, and then just the overall jaws together. It looks pretty cool, and it creates a cool display. So I will show you guys how to do this. Bake at 400. Let's start. Alright guys, we've got the kaku head here. And so now all we have to do, since it's cooked, is just take apart the jaws, which should be pretty easy because now all the meat is cooked. It's gonna flake off really easily. And I like to use 2 forks and sometimes spoons, but you can use whatever you want. You can use your hands, you know, whatever you think will help you get the jaws off. I like to just use the forks, especially right now because it's still kind of hot. So I don't really want to touch it with my hands, and it's also a little bloody and slimy, as you can see. So I'm just gonna use the forks and get these jaws off. All right guys, so the head is done cooking, and then as you can see, if I take this fork and push the jaw open like that, you see it starts to fall apart. So I'm gonna let this cool down, and then I'm gonna start to take apart the jaws. Parts of the jaws that I need. I have the bottom jaw or the top jaw here, and it's okay if it falls apart. Just remember what pieces go where so that you can glue them back together after. Like as you can see, this top jaw, it kind of fell apart in the middle, and then these 2 parts of the top jaw came off, so that's fine. All I need to do is just remember where they go after so I can glue them back. And then as you can see, here's the bottom jaw with all the teeth. So I'm just gonna wash these and try and scrub off the skin off the bones, as well as take off some of any extra meat or caked on slime and stuff. I'm gonna try and wash that all off so it doesn't stink after. Guys, so we got the clean jaws here, and it's just a general clean. You know, I picked off extra meat and stuff, but there's still residual skin and meat that's in places that I can't get to. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave these out in the sun for a while, and that'll hopefully, you know, dry out the meat, dry out the skin, and then I can pull it out more easily, or it'll dry out so that it doesn't smell, and then I can get to gluing. Alright guys, so I have the bone fragments here of the kaku jaw. So all I have to do now, this is the final step, you just have to glue them back together in the way that they were when the fish was alive, when its jaw was intact. So you just kind of have to look, you know, some pieces, they look similar, like these 2 right here. I would know, hey, these 2 are gonna get glued together like this to form the bottom jaw. And so yeah, you just kind of have to go through the pieces, you know, find what goes together. Like for this one, I can notice that it's shorter than this one because this one is missing this piece right here. So I would look through, you know, find that piece. I think it's this right here, and then find how it fits together. Okay, it fits together like that, something like that. So I would just kind of work through it, you know, figure out what fits together, what doesn't, and then eventually, because if I put this together like that, somehow the jaw got broken there, as you can see right there, so it doesn't really fit together perfectly, but that's why I have glue. So now, as you can see, the pieces are a bit more similar. So I'm just gonna get glue it together. I'm gonna be using like Gorilla Glue or something, so whatever works for you. I would suggest not using like school glue, like the kind that elementary kids use, but you know, any kind of like super glue, hot glue gun, things like that, that should work just fine. And you can glue these together, let it dry, and it will look super cool at the end. Also, another thing to note, sometimes when you're drying them, I don't know if you can see because of the light, but there will be pieces of towel, paper towel that will get stuck to the bone, and you just have to take a toothbrush and then old toothbrush and just scrub it. And then there's also some meat left, dried meat, but if you don't mind the fish smell, it smells mildly like fish if you leave the fragments of meat there, but if you don't mind, you don't need to clean it up. I just like the jaws because of the teeth, you know, like that. I feel like that looks cool. So as long as I can see the teeth, then I'm fine. I don't really mind the smell. So yeah, I'm just gonna get to gluing and clean the jaws up a little bit, and I will see you guys when I'm finished. Alright guys, so I finished gluing the jaws together, and here is the finished product. Now, as you can see, the teeth are very visible, and overall looks cool. I'm gonna peel off the excess glue, and I decided to use a hot glue gun simply because I thought it would be easier because hot glue dries faster, so I thought I would just use a hot glue gun. But it does create like clumps of glue that if you look closely you can see, like in the front there, and then under the top row of teeth right there you can see. But otherwise, hot glue is a great tool, and so I used it this time. And unless you look really closely, you can't really see it. So yeah, here's the finished product. You can brush the teeth a little bit, brush the sides here, and get off the excess meat, any excess meat that didn't come off when you were peeling it off or washing it off. So yeah, here is the finished jaws right there. So overall, pretty cool, and it's a great way to keep your fish in like the same sense as keeping a gyotaku. It's like to remember your fish, remember your catch, and this is just a great way to do that. Really really cool, and there's a story behind it if someone asks about it. So you know, it's really simple, and it's definitely a lot cheaper than getting a professional gyotaku or something like that. So if you don't know how to gyotaku, you don't want to pay for one, this is super simple. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. And if you do make these, if you do decide to mount your fish jaws using the method that I taught in the video, be sure to, if you want, you can tag me on Instagram, at _z.ing. It's in the description below. You can post it and tag me on Instagram, and I will be sure to look at it. I will leave a comment, and I look forward to, if you guys post, I look forward to seeing your mounted jaws. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing your jaws, and I'll see you in the next video.